everyone, thank you for joining me, and I've got a special guest in the studio today. I don't ever get to say that. It's nice to have someone in person. We've done a few videos where we've had other people on, like Teams links or Zoom links or something, but not in person.
Yeah, it
This is
doesn't
a first.
feel the same, so I'm thrilled to be here invading your personal space.
Good stuff. So, people who don't know already, this is Roderick.
Hi!
And Roderick is not solely, but I'm going to say largely responsible for me starting sculpting or restarting sculpting in the first place.
You
when
give
we
me a
lived
lot of
together.
credit, but you are very talented, and I just made sure you knew that.
You see, he's allowed on the channel because he bigs me up like this.
That's good.
But no. So Roderick, when we lived together in Bristol, really encouraged me to get not my sculpting tools, but actually your sculpting tools, which I still have and still use your wax sculpting tools that you gave me. So they're getting good use. They're doing some gnomes at the moment.
Yeah. To be honest, I just benefited from it in the fact that he made me some really, really cool birthday presents, and it was purely selfish, and here we are.
There you go. It worked out in the long run.
Yeah.
And you're being incredibly altruistic today because you're going to help me demonstrate for these fine people how this new game works.
Yeah, because it is such a burden playing with the absolutely gorgeous stuff you've put together here.
Isn't it just?
I have managed to wipe the drool away from my mouth because this is so beautiful, and I know it sounds like I'm just doing a sales pitch. I get nothing. None of this.
This
it's
is
just
very
gorgeous.
probably the first playthrough with the actual production set as well. I've been using my kind of cardboard mock-up tiles for previous demos, but this is the actual set. We've got it out of the box just now.
It's,
empty box as proof, and
I'm just going to say, look at how beautiful this booklet is. It is very shiny. It is beautifully printed. It is hard wearing, and then the cardstock's really thick. Like you could, if you were a little kid playing with this with like your sibling, you could blind them very easily with a bit of this card, jabbing them in the face when you're angry about losing.
Don't say that. This is supposed to be a child-friendly game.
I mean,
apart from the extremely sharp tips of the lead spears of the spit.
That's not my fault. Okay, like child-friendly with supervision.
Yes,
I'm just
with
saying,
supervision,
like,
absolutely with supervision.
I could easily imagine people like fencing with parts of this and successfully injuring each other. It's really good quality, folks.
There you go. It's LARP quality.
Yeah.
LARP quality cardstock.
That's exactly it.
Excellent.
We're going to have to cut so much of this.
Yeah, shall we crack on?
Yeah.
Good. Right, so if you will have to excuse me if I keep leaning across. I've got a dual camera on the go here just to save me maximum replay and editing. So I will have to keep restarting it from time to time. So at the moment we've got our standard basic start layout. So this is the ladder down tile, or the ladder bottom tile. Yep. So you can see your names are coming down the ladder here onto this tile. And for people at home, I've inverted this so that it works for the camera. The pictures in the book are actually this flipped the other way round, but it really doesn't matter, and it just looks better on camera this way. So your names can start anywhere on this tile.
Lovely.
You have selected a name with an axe.
Yeah.
A name with a sword.
Yeah.
2 names with clubs. And ye good old fire dampers.
Yes.
Fuel dampers there, which means that you get this lovely set of 5 icy water tokens.
Yeah.
That's 5 uses.
Yeah, and I'm really hoping they're going to come in handy. But either way, it's just a lot of fun. The idea of hosing down some goblins.
Absolutely. So you can lay these out anywhere you like on this ladder bottom tile.
Yeah, so I've decided that because the axe does a big swing, I'm going to wait until I know he's going to get the chance to use it properly. So he's going at the back of the crew, along with the ever so valuable fire dampers. Yeah. And I will put the slightly more, let's say slightly more disposable persons in front of them. God, I love those faces. Right, get in there. There we go. Lovely. So my formation is
complete.
Yeah.
Right, before we start, I'm going to tell you about one other thing, and that's this little triangle of pieces that we've got here. And this is the balance. Because as you'll know, being a woods fan, the gnomes are all about their balance of elements. Okay?
Absolutely.
So we've got our fuel dampers here, who are the heat guild team. So your heat element lets you re-roll any or all attack dice. Ooh. Either yours or your enemy's.
Okay, as in the enemy can do it to me.
No, as in you can re-roll your enemies attack,
Ooh.
because this is playing solo.
Yeah.
So you can choose to re-roll all of your enemies' attack dice if you want to.
Lovely.
The sound one increases your agility, so you make more noise, but you go further. So at the moment, gnomes have an agility of 1.
Yeah.
For each action they spend to move, they move 1 space. Which does mean that if you've got a gnome in front of you, you can never move past it because you can't end up on the same space. But if you use your +1 agility, then you can skip over them and carry on and move fast. And if you use your light element, that gives you 2 points of endurance back.
Okay.
So it restores health.
How do I use these then?
So you use these by picking which one you want to use and then flipping it along the inside edge into the middle to upset the balance. So the balance is now unequal and upset. To restore it, you have to do what's on the other side. So to restore the heat balance, you have to suffer -2 attack dice in one of your attacks.
Okay.
To reset the sound balance, you have to take -3 stamina off one of your gnomes in a turn. And to reset the light balance, you have to knock 2 defense dice off one of your defense. You cannot win the game if the balance is upset. It has to be evened out before the game ends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So another quick question is: so none of these are permanently in. Are all of these just running all the time? But how do I use them to upset the balance then?
So when you want to use them, you flip.
Right.
So you say,
not...
I want to re-roll all of these dice, so I'm going to flip this over. You now can't use either of the other 2 elements until you've taken a -2 attack dice penalty and flipped it back out again.
But so the +1 agility, I say that one gnome is getting +1 agility. So
For this turn, flip it in. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What about for the endurance though?
Yeah.
Because that's survival, isn't it? That's living. So
That's,
is it so you can
life.
get back up?
Yeah. Well, no, it's so you can heal 2 points of damage.
Healing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I didn't realise. I thought it was
Not stamina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was upping the max.
No, just restoring. Okay.
Cool.
So you've got a gnome next to an archway, and whenever that happens, we need to decide what's going on in the dungeon because it's an open doorway. So the way ahead of you is clear. In this case, it's always a long corridor, a long passageway for the first tile, but we still need to roll to decide what the doors and light situation is on that tile. Okay. So if you consult the very back of the book there, where it has a reference for tunnel exploration, that's it.
Yeah, lovely.
So we're going to work our way through that by rolling pairs of dice.
Okay.
So if you want to roll your first pair of dice.
So rolling for tile type.
Yeah, so we've done that already.
Yeah.
This is a long set, so we're going to go straight for doors and torches. But
lovely.
ordinarily, yes, we would roll for that.
So we have a single archway with no torches.
Excellent. So you can place that anywhere on the tile.
Okay.
It should be evenly spaced, but as there's only one, you can place it at the end, you can place it there, you can place it there. Doesn't
lovely.
make much difference.
I'm going to go in this direction.
Okay.
Is that allowed?
Yeah, that's allowed. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. At this point, you can decide whatever direction you want the tiles to go off in. There's no ruling there, except that you should always make sure that you've got as much space for expansion as possible. So if there was already a tile here, not connected, you wouldn't put a door next to it here.
Yes.
You would want to go a bit further on.
Okay. Yeah, that makes some sense. Lovely.
And there are no torches. So that means that this corridor is completely dark. We'll come across torches when we move further on.
Okay.
There aren't any shapes in the gloom in this first passage that you come across. At the moment, you're completely goblin free. So decide what order you want to stomp down the corridor in.
I'm just going to do some fairly straightforward stomping, starting with the person right in front of it.
Okay.
The easiest of mooks.
Yeah.
And from checking in here, I have a stamina of 5.
You have. So here are your stamina dice.
Lovely.
That's 5 stamina for your first guy.
Yep.
So that's 5 actions he can take.
And I am just going to get moving because I trust everything in this corridor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There you go. Uses up all of your stamina for that now.
Grand. And then
repeat.
Yep. Happy with that.
Cool. So should there be any goblins, it would be the goblin's turn now. You're currently goblin free. So we'll move on to the next section.
Yeah, okay, great.
So into turn 2, your names are carrying on progressing down the corridor.
Cool. So I'm gonna Move that chap forward. So I want to go to this door and I want to look through it.
Yes.
So I'm assuming I'm going to spend 2 stamina to get there.
Yep.
So that will leave me with 3 initially. Get my little 3 dice there. And we're going to face there.
Okay, so now you are starting from the beginning.
Okay. So I do this whole procedure.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to roll for tile type. We have a
chamber. Hooray.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Which is medium, 5 by 4
chamber.
slices. Yeah.
There you go. So you can position that however you like.
Oh, very nice. Well, let's see. I do think that's a nice way to position a chamber. No, let's go here.
Yep.
Yes, that's
Yep.
what I'm going for.
Okay.
And then doors and torches?
That's right, yep.
Okay, very exciting. We have 1 archway, 2 wicker gates.
1 archway and 2 wicker gates. Wicker gates being just the standard doors. So they start off closed, you spend an action to open them or to close them.
That makes some sense. Okay, so now I position these around.
Yep.
So I will have a wicker gate there. Would you mind popping that under?
No.
Thank you very much. I will have another one here, and I will have an archway here.
Good. And then torches.
Yeah, so the torches I rolled a 2, so we've got 2 torches.
2 torches. So these are torches.
Oh, lovely.
Now, normal visual things. When your gnome is in a room, let's use this one for a start, you can see equal to your perception ahead of you.
Yeah.
So gnomes have a perception of 2, so they can do, say, 2 spaces. So they can see 2 spaces away, not diagonally.
Yeah.
But anywhere you can move 2 spaces. So if you were further away, you wouldn't be able to see this end of the
without
room.
light.
Without light. But if there's a torch, you can now see 2 spaces, including this one, from this torch. So.
Okay.
Okay, so if there are any goblins around this area, you can see what
You're saying it's including where the torch is?
Yes,
though,
including
so it's 1,
where the
2.
torch is. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
In actual fact, I think, just check, your gnomes might have a perception of 3. I think goblins might have a perception of 2.
You are correct,
Yes,
it's perception 3.
Yeah, so this gnome where he stood now can see 2, 3 there. He can also see anywhere 3 around. That
Basically
torch.
the entire chamber.
Pretty much the entire chamber, yeah.
Okay, great.
Goblins have less perception, so it's easier to sneak around them.
Which is very good to hear. So I am therefore coming in from this direction, so I want to make sure that there is a lot of light in this space. So let's put that there as well.
Good, eh?
Cool.
Okay.
So he's still got 3 stamina and it's
So,
an archway.
Now we've got to put some enemies in this chamber, because otherwise this will be a very easy walkthrough.
I mean, what's wrong with that?
So the first thing that you do is you take 7 of those shapes in the gloom tokens from over there. Those
7.
are the black tiles with the question mark on them.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So this is the maximum number of goblins that will be hiding in this room.
Okay.
But they aren't necessarily all going to be in this room.
Good.
So you will roll a pair of dice, and this is going to give you some coordinates for this room. Starting with the furthest away corner from the door, which is this one.
Yeah.
So we'll be counting the longest number that you roll will be counting squares in this direction. The smallest number you roll will be counting squares in this direction. If you roll outside the room, you just don't place the.
Okay. Right, so the smaller a room, the less likely things are to land
The fewer
inside.
things that are going to be in there. Yeah.
Love it. Okay, so here we go. First one is not in the room.
So it's not in the room.
Hooray!
So you just discard one of those. Maximum of 6 in this chamber now.
Yeah. So the bigger number is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2.
Yeah.
So that can actually fit.
So there is a goblin lurking to one side of the door.
Tasty. Okay, next one. Does not
Also
fit.
not in the room.
Hooray! And this one is
So
the same.
it would be the same spot, so you don't place another tile.
Do we just keep rolling
discard it. Yeah,
discard
get
it.
rid of it.
Lovely. Thank goodness for that. Okay, 3 and 1. That's a bit more worrying. So that's there.
Nice in front of the door.
Yep, they are strategic, these gobbos. And I have lost my roll. There we go. 2 and 5.
It's
so
5. You've rolled 5 into a lot this
I'm
time.
really happy about that. Okay. And also
not
out
in the
of
room.
it.
There you go. So
only 2
this
gobbos.
chamber has only 2 goblins. This first goblin you can't see because you're limited to seeing the square in front of the door. So until you step into this chamber, you don't know what either of those things are.
Great.
But you've got enough stamina to step in and back out again, should you wish to.
Or step in and bonk someone on the head.
Or step in and bonk someone on the head, indeed.
That might be a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm tempted to step in and bonk someone on the head.
Alright.
Wish me luck. We have 3 stamina. I'm going to spend one of them to go into the room. Do I need to spend any to turn to face?
No. End the move, you can face in any direction you like.
Okay, I'm facing this.
Yep, so you can now see this creature.
Yeah.
So,
now
roll
I
to
roll
see
to
what
see what
it
it is. Okay, so I roll both dice again?
Yep.
Lovely. 5 and a 4. Oh god, it's a Stalu.
No, so your red dice is a 4, fortunately. You were almost ambushed by the big guy, but red dice is a 4 is just a regular
so it's a grotto bogey with a spear.
Indeed.
Lovely.
So we'll swap that one out for your first encounter with a spear carrying goblin.
Could have been a lot worse, folks.
Could have been a lot worse.
I am really happy
now,
about
because
this.
you're facing in this direction, you can also see this one, which does mean that this one triggers.
Okay,
So you can see what
they
that
are.
is as well.
Phew. It is a axe-wielding goblin.
Yeah. So your first encounter is measly little grotto bogeys.
Sorry,
which is exactly
grotto
what
bogey.
you'd want, really.
Got to be clear, we mean grotto bogey.
Well, they are goblins. They're just the lesser form of goblins.
I know, but bogey's so much more like evocative. Okay, let's splat some bogeys.
Okay, so you've got 2 stamina left.
Yes.
So the way attacking works is that you will take a number of red attack dice equal to your strength.
Okay, so checking the book.
Yeah.
My strength is 3.
Yep. So there you go.
Pretty
You get
tough.
3 dice to start off with. If you want to commit both of those stamina, you get an extra 2 dice, one
Okay.
for each point of stamina.
Why would I keep some stamina?
Well, you could keep stamina in case this goblin comes to hit you next turn, or in fact this goblin is still around and hits you next turn because he's got 8 endurance, so he's not going down in one turn straight.
Okay, good to know.
Alternatively, you could keep a point of stamina so that you can step to one side and somebody else can also come in and bash that same goblin in the same turn.
That sounds like a good idea, except 1 point of stamina won't get me out. Because it'll get me to there, and then nobody
It won't
will
get you
past me.
out, but it will get you one step further
Oh, there!
into the room.
That's a good idea, but you can't move down. But then that would mean we could finish that one off.
Potentially.
Potentially.
Because he's got a club, so he's doing 1
Yeah.
point of damage. So it's possible that he can do 4 points of damage, and your other club guy can do 4 points of damage. So you could take him out in 2 hits if you roll really well.
Okay, let's do what you just talked about, because it sounds like fun.
Okay.
So I'm going to save 1 point of stamina
Yep.
to sidestep after this walloping attempt.
Yeah. So you're going to roll 4 dice. Your grotto bogey is going to roll its strength, which is 1 dice in defence.
Aha, yes.
However, it also has 4 points of stamina left because it hasn't been doing anything yet. So it's going to roll 5 dice. So roll this simultaneously. Okay, now
That's
you're looking
really
for
bad.
pairs. So
Okay.
there's a pair of 2s, so they come out. There's a pair of 1s, so they come out. There's a pair of 2s, so they come out. So your only attack dice that's left is a 2.
But I have a mace, so I will automatically do 1 point of damage, and I rolled a 2, which is not going to do much, I don't think.
Inside of the back cover is your reference.
Yeah, okay. 2, shunt, push 1 space. That's actually quite convenient. So, do I still get that even though there's a 4 and a 5 there?
Yeah, so those are gone. Those are irrelevant.
Great. Okay, so I'm going to shunt this one back, and I'm going to take 1 step to one side.
Okay.
And now that is
And
the
you
end
have
of
no
that
stamina
die.
left with him.
Yeah.
You've done 1 point of damage to this guy, so
Yeah.
he has got 7 left. So I'm going to have to double dice temporarily on
Oh
him.
no. Okay. Very scary, tough little gobbo.
They are tough little beggars.
Yeah.
The first hit on them is always hard because they've got their stamina as well.
Yeah.
He's now rolling 1 dice in defence, so the next time round he's going to be a lot easier to
Hopefully.
hit.
Yeah, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I cannot do what I hoped to do there.
Unless you choose not to shunt him and just leave him where he is.
Yeah. Maybe that is a better idea. Yeah, let's do that. Thank you.
Undo.
It's a great thing about solo play. Yeah. Yeah, so let's do that. Ooh.
Or you use one of your
Oh yeah, that's true.
balance things
I could have got
to
plus
give him
one
an extra point of
agility.
agility. In which case you'll have more stamina when you get to the end.
Yeah, let's just do that.
Using that to get an extra point of agility when you've got troops further down the corridor isn't necessarily a bad thing, because the negative thing is taking stamina hits, and they're not going to use all their stamina anyway.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so let's do that. So I flip that in, and
So
now
every 2 spaces is one action.
1 stamina, 2 stamina, and then we're in contact with the third spent. So we've got 2 left. And I'm going to do... Yeah, because I can't go diagonal, can I? So
no.
I am... they're not going to be able to get into combat at all this turn. And you can't... Yeah, I'm just going to accept that I might not make it through, and I'm going to spend all that stamina on hitting.
You're not going to die in 1 round from a... Well, I say that. You're not going to die in 1 round from
Very
a
confident of you. Very confident. So I'm going for 5 attack dice versus 1 defense.
Versus 1 defense dice.
Lovely.
Those are better odds.
Yeah.
But you won't be able to use your reroll.
Which I'd forgotten we had anyway. Yeah. I could have used it last time.
You could have done.
It probably wouldn't have done much.
Oh, that's better.
Ooh.
So that 6 is what you want to see.
Yes. All right. So we've done a 6, which wallops for heavy blow, 3 damage plus 1 for using a mace.
Indeed. So that's 4 points of damage.
Yep.
Dropping him to 3 points of damage remaining.
Yeah. Take that. Naughty upstart slaves.
Indeed.
Who are disrupting my industrial processes. The law is messed up. Don't blame me.
The gnomes aren't entirely innocent in this situation, are they?
These guys are the cops in the 80s under Thatcher, coming after the gobos for asserting their right to live how they choose.
Indeed.
Good times. So we're going to now just shuffle some more people forward.
Yeah.
So how do I -3 stamina? Right. Okay. So I can do that with one of them too. So first of all, shuffling up 1, 2, 3, 4. I could actually go into the room.
You could get in.
I might as well. 5, because there's no can touch him right now. And then 1, 2. Yeah, I'll do 3, 4, 5, and then lastly, this is the one I'll zap for less stamina. So another turn complete.
Yeah. So now it's the goblin's turn.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So both of these goblins appearing in this room are marauders.
Okay.
If you were to find a goblin by itself, it would be a sentry and it would act differently. If you were to find a goblin either assigned as a guard or in front of a reinforced door, a locked door, then he would be a guard for that door. And as it is, both of these guys are marauders, so they're going to go for you. So if you flick just behind where the stat cards are, you will find the charts for what marauders do.
Yes, the AI chart, flow chart, love it. Fighting. If a marauder can take a swing at an enemy, it will, using all available stamina.
So this goblin can definitely take a swing.
Yeah, and he's refreshing as well.
Yeah.
But he can choose. He can go for that guy, or he can go for the guy behind.
He can, because he can poke through, So the rule is that they will pick the closest first, followed by whoever's got the less endurance left. At this point, they're fresh, but he'll just poke whoever's directly in front. He did the most damage to him.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Refresh to full stamina, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, so
4 stamina for your goblin.
4 stamina plus 1
plus
for
1
strength.
for their strength, so they're rolling 5 attack dice.
And they roll red for attacking.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then
my defense is 3.
Is 3 because you have no stamina remaining.
Alright. Let's see what happens. So, pairing things off, that goes away. That is both the same. That's not good. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So the 5.
So now you have a look at the chart, and it will tell you what order marauders pick their dice in. So the 4 is what it's going to go for out of that combination.
Oh, interesting. Because it's a particular... Oh, God,
because
that's
the intention of the marauder.
Yeah, yeah. So he's going to knock me prone.
So he's going to knock you over.
So I'll go prone in that location.
Yep.
Onto me arse. Poor thing.
Okay, and then the second.
But no damage.
No damage. No, you got away with that one.
Okay. And then the second one is going to follow a flow chart of attacking stuff.
So he can't take a swing from where he is, so he's going to follow the chart.
Yeah. So therefore he is going. They're not currently adjacent to an enemy. Can they see an enemy which can't see it? No.
No.
Can the model see an enemy? Yes. Move as fast as possible towards the nearest enemy. Evaluate. Stop, evaluate, and listen.
Yeah.
Now, because he's got a spear, he could go there and stab, couldn't he?
He's got
an axe.
Yes.
Oh.
If he had a spear, yes, he could.
Yeah, that makes sense.
His agility is 2, so it's only going to take him 1 action to move.
Okay, so he's still got 3 stamina left then. Are you allowed to stand on torches?
Yes, you can. Yeah, they're mounted on the wall.
I think I'm going to get the height bonus then. Take the high ground and come at this guy from the flank. So he's spent 1 of his 4 stamina.
Mm-hmm.
He's got 3 left, plus his strength of 1 gives me 4 attack dice. And he's going to go after this dude right there, who's got 3 to defend. Does the flank attack make any difference?
Nope.
Okay. Just the fact that he's got no stamina.
If he was attacking from behind, then you wouldn't get any defense dice because you can't defend from behind. But all of the spaces around you, you can.
Yeah,
defend.
that's cool. Right, let's see what happens. Oh dear, that's a very successful gobbo. So, any cancellations at all? There's no. Okay, so this goblin has managed to roll a 6. That is going to hurt. Now, are there any additional consequences of being hit with an axe in that way? The axe does a sweeping attack, doesn't it?
But there's nobody left for him to sweep at. So.
Cool.
Whereas if he was here,
yeah,
the second dice could be applied to that goblin.
Yeah, that gnome. Okay, well, I'm really glad that I moved him into a stupid place. Definitely not intentionally.
No, you didn't know the rules at that point. Yeah,
no, I didn't.
It's fine.
Okay.
Goblins aren't that smart.
No, true. And maybe he thinks it's a good idea to sort of work his way that way.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So new
now
turn.
Back to gnomes. Yeah.
Now, do I get to always choose who goes first?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
You always pick the order of everything.
All right. So, how's this person going to recover?
That's an action.
Okay.
1 action to stand up.
1 stamina to stand up.
Yeah.
Okay. So they could stand up and then bosh that
Yep.
gnome, which is currently out of stamina because it just boshed him.
Indeed.
That sounds like a great idea. So I'm just going to start with that. But I'm going to save 1 stamina to get out the way to allow other people into the room.
Mm-hmm.
So we are 3 strength. We spent 1 of our 5 stamina getting up, leaving 4, and then I'm saving 1 to walk. So 3 to go into the attack.
Uh-huh.
So 6 dice. Whoops a daisy. Right.
Versus
1.
1.
Let's see.
Goblins
how
are
this
not
goes.
so good on the second round.
No, but they have still got this amazing endurance.
They have. So he's only got 3 points of damage left, so all you need is a 3, and then.
Let's see what happens, eh?
Yeah.
Right, so no 6s.
No.
We've got a 5, a 4, or a 1. I don't think that's going to do it, is it?
It's not going to do enough damage.
They do manage to do 1 clonk because of using a mace, though.
Yeah.
So we can knock them prone. Oh, we could roar and recover 3 stamina. What's the point in that?
Well, that would let you move out of the way or defend yourself a bit better next time round.
Yeah, not really needed. We just pick 1, so I'm going to knock them prone and get out the way.
Still does a point damage.
Oh yeah, that's true. So they're down to 2 now.
Yeah. And not rolling any dice in defence.
Yeah. And so he's now headed in this direction, which is nice. And that frees things up a little bit. Because now I can send this guy in to try and finish them off.
Mm-hmm.
So, 1 forward.
Yeah. Now, the good thing about using a sword is you get to pick one of your attack dice and set it to the result of your choice before you roll anything.
Well.
So given that you only need to do 1 point of damage, is it 1 or 2? 2 points of damage.
2 points of damage.
So you could set 1 to a 3, and
Yeah.
he's rolling no defense dice because he's prone. So
Right.
it's an automatic result of your choice.
I will automatically do a strike for 2 damage.
And you would only need to commit 1 stamina to that because so
So
he
I
would
spent 1 to move in and 1 to do that.
want to do that.
So I've got 3 left.
Yes, which I can now use to move somewhere useful.
Yes, as in out of the way of the doorway. 1, 2, 3.
If you step there,
Yeah,
we're going to be revealing this next tile.
I know.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, I'm okay with
breaking the old rule of not revealing a new tile while there are monsters on the existing tile.
Who knows?
Yeah, yeah.
rules? Yeah, I've never heard
Absolutely.
that before in my life. Right, so now we're there, which means reveal a new tile.
Indeed.
Very exciting stuff. Let's roll some more dice. We've got a 4 and a 1. So we have a passage that is long 8 spaces.
A long passage.
Heyo. Let's arrange it like. No, let's go that way a bit. There we go. That looks nice.
Yeah.
Very neat. And it's not going to clash with that. So we've got a nice long passage there. Lovely. And other things. We need doors and torches. We have 3 wicket gates and 2 torches.
So we have 3 wicket gates and 2 torches.
Lovely. So I will put 1 on the end here because that means it could intersect with something in future in a fun way. And 1 on that end. 1 here, I think. There we go. Building it up gradually.
Good, eh?
And some torches.
As evenly spaced as possible. Nice.
Maybe rotate it so that
So the wall is actually against the wall.
yeah, I don't want to confuse people. Okay, lovely.
Okay, now this being a passage,
Yes.
we do shapes slightly differently.
Oh,
So you roll a pair of dice as per normal.
yeah.
Then you count from the furthest end of the passage
Yeah.
the number of spaces on the red dice and
Yeah.
put a shape there.
Yeah.
And then count forward the number of spaces on the blue dice and put a shape there.
So there's just 2 per passage.
Well, there could be more if you don't reach the end and then you're rolling
You
again.
roll again. Right, great. I like it. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Right.
6. Was
So,
it red first?
So it's red first, so
1,
4
2,
right
3,
on where
4.
the torch is.
Yeah.
And then the 6 takes you beyond the end of the corridor.
So they don't get
you
involved.
ignore
Hooray!
it. Just the one big fat stallow for you to...
Oh, God, it probably is as well, you know.
Probably.
But I mean, you know, we don't know because we've not gone in there.
No, you don't know yet.
And we're not going to
There's
go
just
in there.
something strange moving around in the torchlight. You can't
Snuffling
quite see what it is.
in the dark. Yeah, it's probably a badger.
Yeah, probably.
It's usually a badger. Yeah.
I don't know if that's a better thing. Like
Badgers, I remember they're pretty nails.
they are pretty hard in the
Yeah,
woods.
they're pretty hard. At least they're not like a possessed boar.
No, that's true.
You'll remember that. My possessed boars charging across the map, ruining people. Right, so let's do some splatty things, I think. I'm going to now activate this person who is hurt and cross. He is got 3 strength. Does it cost any stamina to rotate?
Nope. Yes, sorry, it does.
Okay.
Yes, but he doesn't. He was facing that way, wasn't he?
He was facing that way.
So he can actually hit there without
Rotating,
Yeah,
with no penalty?
yeah, with no penalty.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Got up to 5 stamina. I think I'm going to reserve 2 to move because I don't particularly like how compressed things are around the door. So 3 plus 3. Very fun against 1.
1.
Hello. Axe Gobbo. Ooh, we got a 6. We got a cocked 3. We got a 6.
But you have got 2 6s.
Hey!
All right.
So 3 damage plus 1
Plus
for a
1
mace.
for big fat 4 damage knocks him in half.
Yes.
Still got 4 remaining because they're very bouncy. These goblins.
And I've got 2 stamina remaining, which I'm now going to spend moving away. 1, 2. Maybe that was a good idea, maybe it wasn't. Right. Next, we've got this one who has an axe of his own. And he's in the doorway and he's going to come through and try and attack the same guy. 1, 2. And then I've got 1. So I've got 3 stamina remaining. I will not keep any of them. I'm just going to use them all on the charge. So 3 stamina, 6 attacks against 1 again.
Yep.
This time with an axe, which does nothing special.
In this situation.
2 6s though.
Mm-hmm.
So not quite bumped off.
Not quite bumped off.
Because you can't quite pull that off. But we have got 1 endurance left on him, and it's axe versus axe in that location now. So finally, we're going to shuffle these guys up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's Goblin turn.
It is. So he's a marauder. He can take a swing.
Yep.
So that's what he's going to do.
Yep.
Using all of his stamina.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 stamina, 1 strength.
Yep.
And defense is just 3.
Yep.
Let's see what happens. Well, that is not great for this poor devil. So, as a marauder, he's going to love this 6 the most, I think.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, so he takes the 6.
Doing 3 damage to your poor gnome.
Yeah.
Which only starts off with 6 stamina, so
Yeah.
that's
him halved.
him halved.
And that's the goblin turn, unless this does anything.
No, that does nothing
Okay,
until it's revealed.
Good.
Currently unaware of the presence of gnomes.
Yeah, all this fighting through an open archway around the corner, but that's just...
It's just
gnomes-
noise.
Yeah, it's just the noise that gnomes normally make.
Well, yeah, it's the regular goblins bickering among
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah, makes perfect sense. Alright, it's gnome o'clock again. What is the best way for me to go about this? I want that guy finished. I might just start with that. So we're going to have Axe Boy do a choppy chop again. So I'm going to put... how much into it? I'm going to put 3 stamina in and save 2 for manoeuvres afterwards, in the hope that I do finish off this gnome. Goblin. Bogle. I do not finish them off. They get knocked over.
You've got a 1 there.
Oh, yes.
That's enough to do the 1 point of damage that you need to do.
Ah, lovely. Yeah, very nice. So, bonk. Goodbye. Beautiful little axe gnome. And
Don't forget your rerolls as well, should you need to use them.
yeah.
I mean, against
I
a
keep-
goblin with 1 point of
I
damage.
know, but I do keep forgetting, you're right. So it's re-roll as many as you like, is it?
Yep, any or all.
Okay, cool. So now I'm going to charge forward with my 2 remaining stamina just to get out of the way a bit. I'm going to face this door that might be worth opening. And I'm now going to probably just waste the rest of the turn repositioning everybody, or shall I just find out what's in the next space? Let's find out what there is. So we're going to activate the sword guy. He's going to hop through here. Hacha! Sword at the ready. What have we got?
Let's find out.
I don't know why I'm asking you. It's all in the book. You can do it all yourself. So we've got a grotto bogey.
You have avoided
with an axe.
Yet again, avoided a
No,
big
spear,
nasty
you're right.
with a spear.
Yeah, he knew. Lovely. Grotto bogey with a spear. I think I might continue my turn then, because I've spent 1 to get to there, 1 to move up, and then 1 to do some stabbing. So I'm going to set one of my dice to a floor. I'm going to set one of my dice to a 4. And they have cancelled my 4 successfully. But I still got a 6 through. That'll
Yep.
have to do. What a shame. So that's another 3 damage.
3 damage on him.
Yeah, so we've got 5 left. Lovely. And now I have 3 stamina remaining. And the thing is, he's going to come at me and get stabby anyway. So I kind of feel like it's better to hang on to the stamina for when he attacks me, because nobody else can come at me yet. So that's my plan. It's a plan.
It's a plan.
Meanwhile, screw it. I'm going to open this door
Yeah.
right here. Let's see what happens. It's a 1 and a 3. It's a passage that is wide, 5 by 2.
A wide passage. Yeah,
Hey-o
classic
for that
wide
as well.
passage.
Yeah. Okay, we've got a nice tasty wide passage. It doesn't have to be that way round. I quite like it that way round. And let's see what's inside it. We have 5 and 4.
6 and a 4.
6 and
that
a
one.
6 and a 4. Ah, damn.
Ah,
So
that's good.
1 reinforced door, 2
Yeah.
wicker gates.
A reinforced door and 2 wicket
Oh no,
gates.
that means there might be guards.
There will be a guard.
Uh-oh. So, where's the reinforced door? Oh, it's the other side of it. I like that.
It's both.
Okay, so I mean it makes sense for there to be a reinforced door there, and then some wicker gates either side for reinforcements to appear. The first shadow, that's not good.
Your first shape is always in front of the reinforced door if there is one, because there will always be a guard in front of a reinforced door.
Nice. So we've got one there already,
Yep.
and then 2 from there.
Yep.
1, 2.
And now you're counting down here and back up the other side.
Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is not a safe room. And then can we fit one more in?
Let's see, roll double 1, gone.
Let's see. I got a 2, so
so
there
there is
did
one
fit
more.
another. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
This is the room.
There's
I
obviously
should never
something
have-
really precious behind this door.
Absolutely. Right. So, but I opened that door, didn't I? So
did
I should be
open
able
the
to
door.
see all this stuff.
So, did
Oh, hang on, I
you put any torches in?
Oh god,
It
I
was
don't
a
remember.
4.
4, then it should be 1 torch.
1 torch.
Let's have 1 torch. So, I mean, the logical place I would have put it would have been here anyway.
Yeah, sure.
So,
So we could just reveal everything in this room.
Gonna have to. Right. That's the cliffhanger. Let's find out. We've got a frickin' Stalu.
About time to.
Yeah. Okay. And then we've got a grotto bogey with an axe. And then we've got a cocked die. Oh, good. Another Stalu.
Good.
Oh.
Definitely something worth guarding in this room.
Yeah. And then lastly, we've got another fricking Stalu. Can you? Can you? I think this is a good moment for me to panic and give up. Would you get a close up of the view that he's currently got into that room?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that is just terrifying.